Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Kodeations coming at you today with another video on Skylanders Ring of Heroes. And today we've got a special one for you. We're going to be diving into the brand new Skylanders. I'm just kidding, ladies and gentlemen. These units are not new. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Kodeations is trying their hardest to sell us on these brand new Skylanders, quote, air quotes, but they are not brand new Skylanders. Both of these Skylanders were actually in the official 2018 version. So if you didn't play the game originally when it launched in 2018, well, then you might not know and you might think that they are brand new Skylanders, but they are definitely not. But nevertheless, they are new since the official revamp of the game. And I know that some of their skills and some of their kits potentially have also changed and manifest, to this new revamped version of the game. So we're going to be diving in today, taking a look at their skills. I'm trying to decide exactly if it's somebody that you're going to want to summon for, whether you're a free-to-play player or a paid player or a whale. Nevertheless, we're going to be covering over the different realms of how to summon them and are they worth it. And then potentially we're also going to take a look at some team compositions and maybe just, theory craft a little bit on what we think that these heroes can be very good at or excel at. So before we dive in, as always, if you are new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with all the latest and greatest mobile games, be sure to smash that red subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you get a notification every time we drop a video. And with that being said, let's dive right in. Diving right in, ladies and gentlemen, the first Skylander we're going to be taking a look at is going to be Chopscotch. Now, again, if you did not play the 2018 version, then this unit definitely might seem like she is new to you, but she was in the original game. So the Kodeations is basically just recycling some of these heroes back into the game. I'm not upset about it, especially if they are redesigning their skills and their kit, because who doesn't like a nice refresh on a older unit? It's not that big of a deal that they are recycling that content, but Kodeations, I'm talking to you, baby. You cannot recycle content all the time. You got to give us something new. But that's besides the point. Diving into her kit here, we're going to be taking a look at, and that's going to be her first skill. Now, remember, these are going to be her skills at fully awakened, maxed unit, and not only that, fully skilled up. So we're going to be looking at the first one. The first one's going to be called Piercing Axe. Inflicts 153% of attack as damage to one enemy and grants the defensive down for 20% effect for 2 turns with a 100% chance when you attack accurately. So, okay, so you're going to need some type of crit rate percentage. Able to put the enemy in knockdown status. So what is very important here is we need to take a look at exactly what the mana cost is, which is going to be 2, and the endurance down is 5. Whoa! 5 endurance down for a 2 mana cost skill. That's actually pretty good. I literally had no hopes for this chick because nobody used her back in the day, but that's actually pretty good. I'm not upset about a 2 mana cost skill for 5 endurance down. That's pretty damn good, especially for a KO team. Keep that in mind. The next one up is going to be Flying Head and Calmness. That's going to be inflicts 137% of attack as damage to one enemy and grants accuracy down for 20% for effect for 2 turns and steals the provoke effect of the target with a 50% chance when attacking accurately. Interesting. I believe this is the first Skylander that I've ever seen that has the ability to steal a provoke. Now, again, I haven't went through every Skylander's skill, so if you know of one, drop it down below in the comments. I'd like to hear exactly who has a similar skill, but steals the provoke effect. So I'm assuming that means it then does what? Puts the provoke on, Chopscotch. If that is the case, then that makes sense because she is technically a defensive unit, as you can see right here. So not too bad. For a 1 mana cost, it does 2 endurance down as well. So again, very nice. She's going to get a 2 endurance down on one ability, a 5 endurance down on one ability, and she still has only consumed 3 mana using 2 skills. Not bad. Not bad. What are the next ones? Okay, so 2 passives. So if the provoke effect is granted on yourself when the turn begins, grants the evasion rate down 20% effect and the heal down 20% effect on yourself for 3 turns. What? Did I read that correctly? If the provoke effect is granted on yourself when the turn begins, okay, so the start of your turn, if you steal provoke, grants the evasion down effect by 2% and heal down effect on yourself for 2%. That, or 20%. That doesn't make, why the hell would anybody use this skill? Additionally transfers debuffs effects ×2 whenever damage is inflicted on an enemy. All right, hold on. We got to try to better understand this. Decreases attack evasion rate by 20%. So, okay, so it puts evasion rate down on yourself and heal down on yourself by 20%, but it transfers your debuff effects to the target. What? This is a ridiculous skill. So okay, so this is the way that I interpret this. Let me know down below in the comments if I got this incorrect. So she's got a skill. Her skill 2 costs 1 mana, and it basically steals the provoke effect from the enemy and puts that provoke effect on herself, which is very, very nice, because then that allows the rest of your team and rest of your units to be able to single target or do damage to whoever they want and not have to attack that person that did have provoke, because they no longer have provoke, and instead your Chopscotch now has that provoke. Okay, so a very good skill, but in doing so, upon her stealing provoke, she adds 2 debuffs to herself, but it says whenever damage is inflicted to the enemy, which then means when your additional Skylanders do damage to the enemy, which again, you probably want to utilize this skill. I'm assuming you want to steal the provoke at the beginning of the round. Then you want to pop off all of your mana utilizing skills with your additional allies or geez Louise, with your additional Skylanders on your team. And then basically it looks like she's just going to give those debuffs back to those individual enemies. Now, what I am curious to note is, does it do it to each enemy, or does it do it only to one enemy? So meaning, like, she steals the provoke, they put the debuffs down on her, and then once they do, your next hero or your next Skylander attacks the enemy, and once they do, both of those debuffs from your Chopscotch then attaches to that one enemy, and then your Chopscotch then has no more debuffs, but she still carries that provoke. Is that how it works, or does it actually give that debuff to that target, and then when another ally or another Skylander attacks a different enemy, then it transfers that buff to them? Because that's going to be a make or break, in my opinion, for this chick. Very interesting skill. The last but not least is going to be her leader skill, and that's going to be increases accuracy by 30% and defense penetration rate by 15% in battle, and then increases the accuracy of the team member by 10% in battle. Okay, so not a very, awesome leader skill, but nevertheless, it's a leader skill. She's got a very interesting kit. I don't know. I'm kind of mind boggled right now, to be honest with you, on the way this kit is. It's very, very interesting. I would be curious to test it out. If anybody is excited to test out Chopscotch, definitely let me know down below in the comments, and maybe share some stuff in our Discord on what you are finding out when utilizing her, especially if you guys are a whale, man. You guys will definitely be able to utilize her and see her full potential. But it's a very interesting I don't know, skill set. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and move on. We're gonna hop over to where's our other guy here? I believe he is Magic. Yep, he sure is. Now, for the moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the Mysticat. Again, this is another unit that was in the original 2018 version of the game. He is technically not a brand new unit, but I am assuming, like I said, just like Chopscotch's kit, we're going to be taking a look at it and see exactly what the kit houses and if it is something that is going to be worth investing in. So, the first thing we're going to take a look at is going to be his first skill. Oh, well, I guess before we do that, one thing to note is he is a support class unit, as they claim. So he's not going to be a defense or a tank or a damage dealer, so to speak. He's going to be a support class, and not only that, he is in that legendary spot. So if you are a free-to-play player, I do apologize. He's going to be a heavy carry for you, but maybe after we take a look at his kit, it could be somebody to add to your selective summons if you were just hopping into the game for the first time and trying to figure out who exactly to spend that selective summon ticket on, or a pickup ticket if you happen to get another one. So, diving into his first skill, it's going to be recovers the HP of all allies by 40% of each ally's max HP, and grants debuff effect immunity on the targets for 2 turns. What? Dude, that's absolutely insane. So it only consumes 2 mana with a 3-turn cooldown, but it recovers the HP of all allies by 40% of each ally's max HP. That's ridiculous in itself, but they went a step further and added grants debuff effect immunity on targets for not 1, but 2 turns when it's fully maxed up and skilled. That is absolutely insane. Bye-bye Flashwing if you happen to get a copy of him. That's the way I'm seeing it. That's very interesting, man. So for the same exact cost for mana as Flashwing's heal ability that does a AoE heal, I think for only 20%, this does a 40% heal for everybody on the team based off of their own HP, which is ridiculously good, and then grants debuff effect immunity. Wow. That's ridiculous. Okay, all right, I'm already excited about this guy. So the next one up is going to be a 2-cost mana skill as well. It does 2 endurance down, not the best, but inflicts 47% of attack as damage to 1 enemy 3 times. Okay, pretty nice. And grants the effect resistance rate down by 20% with a 80% chance when you attack accurately. And then additionally, if the target falls into break status, recovers mana by 3. What? Recovers mana by 3? That's going to be huge for those long-lasting fights. If you were trying to struggle to recover mana, this is going to be the ability for you. You're going to be able to recover that. So you're going to utilize, okay, that makes sense. So you're going to utilize 2 mana, but then you can use this skill, and then if it happens to put the target into break status, then you will get basically 3 mana back. So the skill essentially costs you nothing, and you gain 1 mana. Very nice. Okay. All right, not a bad skill. I really do like this guy's kit so far. We've got grants, we got another 2 cost mana skill. It does 1 endurance down. It's got a cooldown of 2 turns, and it does a number of hits 2, and it's a charging skill. So it's going to say grants the stealth effect for 2 turns when charging begins. After charging for 1 turn, it inflicts 51% of attack as damage to 1 enemy 2 times and grants random weakening effects times 3 for 3 turns with a 50% chance each time whenever you attack accurately. Very interesting. Come to us. Very interesting. You guys definitely redid these skills here. So, all right. So not only are you going to grant the stealth effect, which then means that he cannot be targeted or attacked while he's in that stealth effect until he breaks stealth. It looks like he's going to charge for, it says, charge for 1 turn. So it says after charging for 1 turn, he is then going to inflict 51% of attack as damage to 1 enemy, not once, but 2 times. And he's going to grant a random weakening effect. So like diminish, poison, weakening effect times 3 for 3 turns with a 50% chance each whenever you attack accurately. Again, crit rate's going to be, or crit accuracy, geez Louise, effect accuracy is going to be very important here, but very interesting. Okay, so his next 2 passives are going to be grants the attack up 30% effect on all allies for 3 turns if you have 9+ mana at the beginning of your turn. Additionally, increases the defense by 30% if you fall into the break status. What? Very, very good passive, because almost every single time it's going to be your turn, unless you have just been doing something to consume your mana right off of the bat. If at the start of your turn, you're more than likely going to have that 9+ mana. Again, very interesting, especially later on in the fights, you're going to have 9+ mana once you unlock all of the mana. So very interesting, but very good freaking passive. And then last but not least is going to be his leader skill. That's going to be grants stealth effect on yourself for 3 turns if you have +2 debuff effects at the beginning of their turn, and additionally grants the crit rate up by 15% effect and the effect accuracy up by 20% effect for 3 turns each if the stealth effect is granted on yourself. Next up for the effect, we've got grants the crit rate up 15% effect on team members for 2 turns if the stealth effect is granted on the team member. That is a absolute mouthful, but nevertheless another very good skill on this guy. All right, well, I guess that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen, for the video, but oh my god, dude, I'm super pumped. I'm actually super stoked to try to get this guy. If you want to find out where exactly you can get him, I believe, yep, they did. They threw in a event banner currently for him. Oh my gosh, just absolutely ridiculous. That's freaking sweet. Maybe I will save up my summons. Maybe I'll try to pop off some gems on him. See if we get lucky here. Actually, you know what? We still got a little bit of time. Nah. I think it's gonna be it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notification every time we drop a video. And I will see you guys on the next one.